Hey, this is a recap Aunty. Hey, y'all. Hey, this is Shaw. Welcome to my channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, y'all. Hello, hello, hello. Please excuse if you got any glitches at the beginning of this video. It just seems to be like that sometimes when I'm doing my front porch recording on the app. Not the app, but on the computer. So even at the other video, I think I probably didn't edit that good. But anyway, hey, y'all. Hey. Oh, we are here to do our second part of our front porch, honey, where we're going to be reading the comments from the deep dive that we talked about on the last front porch. And we're going to also read the comments from 151, 152, and the back of Tomas. 153. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and get started so I won't be wasting too much of your time. Let's go ahead and get this thing together. And it says, I see the first comment on the last front porch, and it reads as thus. It's from Miss Pearly Call. Hey, Miss Pearly. She says, Eva thought Mona would be Leslie's friend again because she doesn't understand loyalty. Eva has proven to be just as snaky as her delusional mama. You got that right, honey. Miss Pearly also says, I was shocked to find out that I was pregnant. Oh, at 44. I was freshly divorced and in a new relationship, so Danny could possibly have Andre's baby. Bill would really go crazy. He really was. Okay, Miss Pearly. Wow. How was that? Was it a tough pregnancy or was it easy breezy, beautiful cover girl? Because even when I had my son at 30, I had preeclampsia, so it was rough. He was not due until the end of May, but he was dropping and I was swelling up, baby. So they had to grab his little behind the beginning of May. So I couldn't even make my whole 40 weeks. My daughter, I was fine. She was my first, but the second one, because I was older, yeah. So was it easy for you? I know that they said there's some women in there who are older, like 30s and up, or 35 and up, or 40, definitely 40s and up. It could be more high risk. So if you don't mind, sharing. If not, I could totally understand. She also says if Naomi terminates the pregnancy, I think that'll be the end of the marriage. I don't think Jacob would forgive her. Right. I think that with her eating that muffin that was poisoned, I think it's going to happen, but he's not going to believe that she didn't want that. She didn't will that to happen on purpose. I think that he's going to really not forgive her. It's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough. Cynthia says, I just thought of something, Rascals. I believe since these characters are for the most part live behind the gates, they don't lock their doors. Like back in the day when crime wasn't as bad, there was no need to lock the door. Okay, that's a great thought, Sin. I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Thank you. Exotic Butterflies, she says, Auntie, I can see you playing so many characters on, on this show. You are super duper talented. I hope to see you on the screen soon. Thank you, my love. Best wishes to you. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you, Yaya. I appreciate you, girl. Cynthia says, Nicole needs to have the same attitude as Danny as far as her being embarrassed about how it unfolded with Ted and Leslie. Just don't give a right. Cynthia also says, I saw a video. I'm not sure how true it is, but it was about Doug coming back on the show, but not the same person. Did anyone else see that? I saw that. I looked at it. It sounded legit, but it was one of those AI videos, so I won't believe it until I see it. But I saw exactly what you were talking about. Cynthia also says, my daughter used to watch that show too with Drake. Oh yeah. Seems like all of our kids used to watch that damn show, the high school show. Yeah, I never heard of it until my daughter told me about that. I ain't know nothing about it. She also says, and another thing on the video of Doug, if the dealer is also drinking, why would the glass be on the side of Doug? I think that Jacob might give that video to Donnell, and Donnell just might obsess over it and just keep looking at it and looking at it and looking at it until he notices something. Because it was two glasses there. That meant that somebody was there. Somebody. So they didn't edit it right. But that's a good thought. That's a good thought, Sent. Exotic Butterfly also says, whenever I get ready to comment on Bill, I hear Auntie in my head singing, Don't mess with Bill. No, 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 no. Oh, Exotic Butterfly also says, Auntie, please don't ever change. Your rascals love your commentary. The voices, the dancing, the jokes, the colorful language, the singing in the background, and how you respond to the Gray Show. We are here for it all. Thank you so much, my love. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you already know you were in the live when I went live. I told you I ain't changing. I can't. I did that. It takes so much out of you. It just takes so much when you're trying to you know, try to just do it for everybody else, and you're never really settled in who you are, so it's just too much. I tried that shit. You just get so exhausted. What you want is always put on the back burner, so I can't do it. But thank you, my love. We have Jasmine. Jasmine Williams, she says, if Naomi terminate that pregnancy, if I would, Jacob, I would never sleep with her again until she got her tubes tied. I'll be like, I'm not going through any of this shit with you again if we're gonna stay together. Tie your tubes, damn it. Yeah, I don't blame you, Jazz. I agree. Kelly underscore S says the key that Janet wore in her control symbol. Oh, that she was taking control over her life. Okay, because I was trying to find me a key, honey. Give me some. I've never been a hoop wearer. Never really been a big hoop wearer. Till now, I wear I love studs and I love like medium sized hoops and stuff. But I'm a stud girl. Give me my studs, big pretty stud earrings. I love those. But I tried that one earring with the key, and I did it for a little bit, and the thing was too heavy. Yolanda Hope Griffith, she said, LOL, oh my God, no, you're not writing to Richard about not saying no more. I love this show. Yeah, Richard keep coming up here talking about, I love this show, and don't say nothing else. Girl, you got to tell us, what about the show do you love, honey? Shit. Thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate you, love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so now we are going to move on over. Is that thunder? I hope it's not. It's thunder in October. Jesus. Okay, so now we're going to go to the best 3 episodes of this week was episode 51, 151, 152, and 153. So I'm going to go ahead and read them and try not to offer my commentary. I'm just going to laugh and read. But y'all be saying some good stuff. Okay, episode 151 with the front cover of crazy ass Haley and Randy. Michael Parham says, when it comes to trust, as long as the grantor, Anita, is still alive, she can make changes to trust, such as adding a morality clause. And the trust can be voided if a beneficiary of the trust is convicted. Ooh, of a felony. Okay, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Okay. We got Kelly underscore S. She says Ted is going to have to get a restraining order against her because this is ridiculous and sickening. It really is. That girl pissed me off so bad this week. Angelica says, I was so happy with this story about Haley. I always knew that Haley was after Bill's bag when he had a stroke. I thought she did something to make that happen, so I'm not surprised. I just think that she's going to get him to unalive Bill, but she damn sure isn't going to try. No, I don't think this is going to happen because he's a main character. I sure hope that she drains him dry because he deserves exactly what he gets for how he treated his wife and family in the Duprees. He does deserve every bit of it, girl. Unless they try to fake his death so that she can confess, they can maybe learn how to do that, but they're gonna have to work together. But they don't know how to plan. They just go ahead and just Danny be so into her feelings, she'll walk in there and pull that wig off of Haley's head. That'd be fun if they got into a fight and she pulls that wig. And she pulls that wig off of Haley's head. That would be so funny. Angelica also says Leslie is a tramp, and the way she talks about her daughter hooking up with Tomas is disgusting. Even as a married woman, I would not talk to my mom about. Right, girl. I think that it's the most common, disgusting, horrible thing that she. And you want Eva to sit there and tell you how you're sick. Angelica also says, I absolutely cannot stand Leslie. Every time she comes on the screen, I want to throw something at my TV girl. She has done so much dirt and still running around like she owns the town. This dumbass Ted cannot get rid of her. He obviously still wants her because how much does it take for a man to put her out? Bill picked her up and put her out of Verda's house. Thank you. Why can't he call security and tell them to not let her back in the hospital? I'm really, really disgusted with her character. Yeah, like she tried to force him on her. You're gonna take this. You gonna get this. I was like, there was nothing funny about that. It just, especially in this climate that we're in, there was nothing funny about that at all. I mean, I laughed because it was a knee jerk reaction, but thinking about it, I think I said, no, you that stuff like that, you can't just joke about shit like that. We have but thank you, Angelica. I appreciate you, boo. We have NM985 says Bill did Danny and his daughters, especially Naomi, very dirty. He has some strong karma coming, baby. But I don't think he will be unalive. He's a main character on the show. I agree. NM also says, I say neither nor either at all the time. That neither, either, either, honey. I don't know, girl. But thank you, NM. Denise Miller says Bill is going to be singing like Teddy Pendergrass soon. The whole town's laughing at me. Hey, mm, silly fool, what you do? The new thing. I don't know all the words, but I know the look, girl. If I could have seen Teddy Pendergrass, sometimes on YouTube I'll just look at some old concerts with his tall chocolate self. Whew, that was a tall, sexy man. I used to. I did a play for a show, and the character, she loved Teddy Pendergrass, so I listened to a lot of his songs so that I can, really become real connected with that character. And I found so many songs from Teddy that I love. My favorite is "I Don't Love You Anymore." Boom, 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 boom. That's my song. Whew, I love that song. And Turn Out the Lights, baby. It's a so much, so many. NM says, I love the spring purse, and I have to have it. I hope that thing comes out in the spring because I feel like I'm going to get it. I feel like I'm going to get it too, NM. Me too. Exotic Butterfly 220 says, Leslie, Haley, and Allison are birds of a feather and that don't flock together, all cut from the same cuckoo cloth, and obsessed with the Dupree women of of Fairmont Crest. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't understand. CJ Loves TV 7299. Hey CJ, I don't believe I've ever seen you before, so thank you for coming by. Thank you for talking. Welcome to my channel. Haley and Randy, he says, let me say, they say, because it looks like a woman. She says, but if I'm wrong, please tell me that. Let me click on CJ picture and see where CJ coming from, baby. Beautiful smile, honey. Oh, Cynthia. Oh yeah, definitely. All right, CJ. Haley and Randy going to get caught. What if Randy's boss Joey had another camera that Randy didn't know about? Remember, Bill had Joey's back and told him Doug was going to the police. I can see Joey returning the favor. Remember, Joey said that he don't trust Randy. He really doesn't. I didn't think about that. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, boo. We got Exotic Butterfly says scammer, crook or not. I just love me some Reggie, Randy Sammy, looking like a model on those Just for Men hair and dye boxes. Oh man, I hope he come by and see this shit. Like I say, I think he's really focused on his own social media. Because back then, he would peek his head every now and then. He still might do it, but that's funny. He really does. Or one of those haircuts, at the barbershop that them guys be picking which one. Oh yeah, brother, which one you want, man? Give me number 15. I'll take that. Oh Jesus. Exotic Butterfly also says, okay, Haley beep beep scam Milton. Scam Milton. You got our attention now, girl. One wrong move and she will join Dr. Doug soon. Bill is no ordinary He's really not. He's really not. That man he has gotten away with murder, literally, because he was the one who made the call for Joey to tell Marcel to get rid of Kenneth. So don't sleep. She can act like but can y'all believe that she said she'd rather have gotten with Joey? Child, can y'all imagine that? Mm-mm-mm. Exotic also says Dana Leslie needs a 5150 hold at this point. Eva, go get your mammy. Right. We have Christine, right? Hey, Christine. Christine says, I'm really shocked too, and neither one has anything to show for it. What happened with the money that they got from the other marks? Right. That is so true. What happened? I mean, let me welcome Christine to my channel, and that's like, yeah, it's like, what happened to the other people and the other money? Like I said, where is it? Told you I'm gonna try to get through this video. All right. Jasmine says I stopped watching Bold and the Beautiful because of a disgusting great storyline. I could do the same here for if Beyond the Gates doesn't knock out this. Right. I agree. I mean, hopefully they'll work on that. Hopefully, girl. I'm gonna keep watching it now because I really do like the storyline, and I've never really gotten this invested. The only time I got invested in a show and watched like every episode. Um, maybe like the sitcoms, like A Different World and stuff like that. Um, I was starting to watch like all of P Valley. That's my shit. Hopefully they bring that back. Of course, I watched all 8 episodes of Divorce Sisters. I can't wait for that to come back because I do recap that. I was starting to do Beauty and Black. I might have to go back and watch it because my boyfriend watched it and he said it was good. It's just y'all think I cuss, but that one I have to because that thing got so much in it, and I don't mind doing it. But when I tell you that Debbie, not Debbie Allen, but she plays Angie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That lady, she played Angie on All My Children a long time ago. Debbie something with the dimples. They said that lady be talking about a man and how he be his. Whew, child. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'll stick with one Tyler Perry show, Divorce Sisters. I almost tried to go back and do the haves and have-nots, but the dialogue is so fucking slow. I couldn't. I couldn't take it, y'all. The older episodes, I tried. I tried my best, and I only got through one episode. Only got through one. I could not. That dialogue was just too slow for me, and the way that the film looked, it really hurt my eyes because back then, it wasn't as advanced as it is now. So I tried though. I just couldn't do it. Peace Angel. Hey, Peace says, I don't think Fairmont Crest knows just how much of a sociopath, dangerous person that Leslie is. Ted needs to man up and stop letting her in. Move out of the hotel and alert hospital security to keep her away from his office. Yell get out every time she comes around, baby. Haley is about to get mucked up. The camera in that little nasty casino room, right? Joey giving Bill a heads up. Then it will get really messy with Danny, Bill, Andre, Ashley, and Derek. Yes, I said Ashy. I know you said Ashy, and you gonna stick with it, honey. Stick with it. We got Elizabeth Lassiter. She says, somewhere something else came to mind, Auntie. Is Bill's secretary Caroline in on it with fake Haley and Randy? The way she was talking made me think that she might have been an inside woman. Even Jasmine says book it. I've seen that. It was all over Twitter. That's what made me start joining Twitter because it was like when she was talking with Bill and telling Bill that he needed to stick with Haley. Everybody on Twitter was like, "Don't trust her ass." I was like, man, guilt by association. So you never know, honey. You never know. Elizabeth also says, so as nosy as the Duprees are, ain't nobody run a background check on fake ass Haley. The moment you find out about the affair, by the way, Bill and her, y'all ain't run her name, fingerprints through the system or nothing. I'm all for the fake Haley taking Bill for all his paper, but I doubt she'll be able to take them out right. He won't. She won't. She won't be able to take his ass out. This addiction between Bill and Danny probably going to save his life. Now, Ted, why haven't you gotten a restraining order on your crazy baby mama and buy yourself a condo? You know doggone well Nicole ain't letting you move back home. So stop staying at the hotel where crazy Leslie moved into it herself. Matter of fact, stay at Andre's condo. Right. I ain't never thought about that. The biggest reason Nicole can't trust Ted is that he keep letting Leslie have access to him. Yes, she's manipulative and conniving, but you talk about setting boundaries. Prove that shit. Stop letting her have access to you. And Kat, don't ever give relationship advice. You were the dude. After 5 minutes of catching him all up in your sister, I did feel for Andre when he said he wanted to be in Danny's and mind and heart. That was real lovely of him to say that. That was real sweet. We got Miss Welder. Hey, Miss Welder. She says Kat is not happy with Tomas. She's trying to talk herself into wanting to be with Tomas. It's all about beating evil. Right, exactly. Miss Welder also says you call him Reggie because you kept messing up his name at the beginning. She had to go back and recap and correct it, honey. I was searching the comments all of through for the reason why she called. Thank you, Miss Welder. Yeah, girl. I actually did a video. If you there's a video of him of his face, and I screenshotted all of his name because I kept calling him Reggie, and the person kept correcting me. He kept putting a minute like in the comments and saying Reggie, Reggie, and I was like, who the fuck is this? So I went to his channel. I subscribed and I saw it was actually him. So this was like months ago. Months ago. I guess he was looking, for people to comment. But now he's everywhere. So I don't think he has as much time to look on people's channels like he used to. Well, he might. You never know. Denise Miller, she says, "Yep, we soaping now." Right? Exactly. Yes. Jasmine was like, "Yes, we be soaping, honey. We be soaping." Tiff F. She says, and Tiffany, thank you again for that love offering you gave me during the live. That was so sweet. She says, I'm loving seeing this side of Haley too. Bill getting a little payback is giving me a devilish smile. Right? First time commenting, but love your reviews and couldn't wait to hear this one. Thank you. Awesome recap. Thank you so much, honey. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And I appreciate your love offering. Like I said, thank you, thank you. We got Michael Parms. He says, I can see Haley double crossing Randy. Everybody keeps saying that. And Jasmine says, clock it. I mean, book it. Yeah, everybody keeps saying that. Chantal Xavier says, I like to go to Anacostia to the bus boys and poets. I've been there and the arts and centers on MLK, but I only go during the daytime. I haven't had any problems so far. And you better only stay going to daytime too. Absolutely. All right, we have Michael Parms. He says, "What if Joey has backup cameras in the hole in the wall and everything Haley and Randy was talking about was recorded?" I hope he does, honey. I hope he does. Jasmine says that Double D Mosquito is quite the murderous little minch. Danny was right. She played them all. The lawyers are stank as F. Right. Jasmine also says neither the fans nor the Duprees or the Nasty or anybody can get a break from this insidious, obnoxious, vulgar couture clown. It's a downer as soon as she walks on the screen. Right. I was half expecting her to walk in on Anita and Vernie yesterday like she's a virus that keeps coming back at the most opportune moments. Right, exactly. Jasmine also says the vulgar couture clown is an Amazon rapist. Right, go away enough. Right, right. Thank you. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We have Miss Pearly Cole. She says at this point, Ted needs to tell her to get the F out of his face and out of his office. He should spell it out. I don't like you, and I darn sure don't want your ass. Every chance he gets, he should let her know he wouldn't touch her with a 10-foot pole, especially when she's at the country club. Embarrass her rump. He should stop being politically correct and get a little hood. I can't stand their scenes. I can't either, honey. I can't stand them, Miss Pearly. I really can't. Jasmine says, Bill is full of shit. There are many other women between Danny and Mosquito. Right. Caroline is a con. Yeah, she says, Jasmine also says, Caroline is on the con. As usual, the couture clown serves vulgar, filthy, classless trash all the time. Cynthia says, Haley expression, oh, I got his ass, right? She don't. Bill has slipped through areas and cracks way smaller than that, baby. Way smaller and tighter. Carolyn McWilson, she says, hey, Auntie, hey. We got uh, Cynthia Junkins, she says, Detective Whisper. Yeah, that's what we call Jacob. Pearlie says, I was totally disgusted by Leslie's scene. She tried to literally force herself on Ted. If a man did this to a woman, there will be a problem. I feel her behavior is problematic. She yanked Ted towards her on the desk and said, don't act like you don't want me, while he's clearly saying no and wanted her to leave. That's a problem. It's a huge problem. Huge problem, Miss Pearly. Huge. Cynthia Junkins says, I've been there before too, Shaw. Was almost done paying my car off and it gets stolen. Girl, I was so mad when them people took my car twice within 6 months in DC. I was so mad. Michael Parham says, wonder if Haley is going to end up kidnapping Danny. Girl, just like how Allison kidnapped tall ass Chelsea. I doubt it. I doubt it. Danny is too high strung. Danny's a fighter. They didn't teach. They only taught Chelsea to wax on and wax off. No, Danny got taught by her Chicago mama to fight, and Danny ain't gonna just let nobody just take her out of there. She don't trust Haley anyway. Teach Jazz says, I almost wish that Nicole would go back to Ted just to rub it in Leslie's face, letting her know that she did not win. Right. Exactly. I agree. I totally agree with you, Teach Jazz. I really do. Janice says, just like Danny did with Bill. Right, right. Exactly. I really do wish that she would do that. She let Leslie win by doing what she did. She really did. She don't know how to fight. She really doesn't. Nicole is a lot more weaker than what I thought she would have been. I knew, like I said in the beginning of the show, I said they such a loving couple. It's too perfect. I said she probably mean as hell. She probably so unforgiving. I remember me saying that when we first saw her. I said she's really nice, but I said something's gonna happen that's gonna change their relationship, and it has. And she just so unforgiving, so unforgiving. We got Michael Parms. He says Leslie is rapidly making a prize fool out of herself. Facts. Facts, Michael. Michael also says, did you notice on Haley's fake driver's license, it read Roberta Sherwood. They probably been listening to my damn video when I call Nicole's house Sherwood Forest. Y'all try to like, okay, Maurice put on his page that this particular plot has been written like the beginning of the show. I don't believe that. I've been saying Sherwood Forest for how long, y'all? And y'all give her Roberta Sherwood. Don't play me. Y'all be listening to us. I know you do. I know y'all be doing it. We got Teach Jazz says the way Leslie was talking about getting busy with Ted should be a clue that she is making it up. She is just being too inappropriate, right? I think that Nicole has figured that out. I think that because she told her she's doing the same, playing the same tricks. Ain't nobody surprised by what she say no more. It's getting boring. Cynthia says Ted should have said he was just on his way out of there, not entertain her. I agree. Teach Jazz says, yeah, honey, I don't know why Ted won't just call security, but then again, does this hospital even have security? Consider what happened to Laura. And also when Leslie was behind the nurse's station trying to get info on Laura, right. Cynthia also says Leslie Lyons says she could still fit her old ass waitress uniform, knowing full well she went and bought another one. I wish she could stop throwing herself at Ted. It's so I hate that she's doing that. It's just, and there are some women who are like that. It's like the Mrs. Parker and Mr. Ogilvy. Is I used to like the Parkers, and but then seeing her keep chasing after him, I think that's what they're using her as their angle. Cause I'm like, it just be getting on my nerves. Girl, go get you a toy or something. Oh, Ted should have never slept with her. He shouldn't have. Cynthia also says she hustled the whole family. Wow, I have a feeling it's not going to go as well as they think it is. She's talking about Haley. And I thought Joey was going to walk in. Me too. I really did too. Um, Exotic Butterfly says, yep, BP Shamilton sure did. Danny called it. From the beginning. Just like how Cat called Eva from the beginning. From the beginning. We got Miss Brown, 9359, baby. She says June is going to show Leslie Dana a trick or two. She already told her she ain't scared and she is actually from the streets. FAFO moment coming to a screen near you. Right. Lightning Storm says Leslie referred to herself as Vengeance was wild to me. Yeah, she seemed desperate, Lightning. I didn't like that. She seemed real desperate. Like real trifling and real desperate. We got Jaden Ward. Hey, Jaden. He says, I just hope nobody looks at the casino surveillance footage and sees Haley and Randy together. That worries me, but I love Haley even more this reveal. Me too, Jaden. Me too. Let me go ahead and do this and welcome you. Welcome, Jaden. Please don't let this be the first or the last time, honey, you come around here and scoot over and share your words, baby. Oh, okay. We got Crystal, my Crystal, honey. She says, "Shar, you are giving Caroline too much damn credit. She don't know what she don't know what she know." She talking Bill right into the lion's den. She gonna feel like an ass when it all comes out. I agree, honey. I definitely agree. She don't know. She gonna feel like a fool when the shit hits the fan. Kelly underscore S says, hopefully Joey is secretly recording Randy and Haley. I mean, yeah, them two. Yep. I hope he is too. Cynthia says, y'all know how Shar be rocking in her chair in front of the front porch this episode would have her sitting still just in all because we didn't know the extent of what Haley and Randy were up to. And ooh, child, they've been doing this the whole while, honey. It was Agatha all along, honey. Y'all know that whole thing of if y'all watched Wanda WandaVision and how Agatha was the witch the whole time that she was manipulating the whole universe. Yeah, Haley, we knew that the whole time. We got Kelly underscore S says all I can say is girl, girl, girl. That was a good one. It was good. That was so good. Crystal Water says Leslie recently threatened Kat. So why didn't Nicole warn Kat to watch out for her? I'm sorry, but Nicole is not a good patient when it comes to her daughter. Parent when it comes to her daughter. Nicole should have warned Kat about all the shit Leslie was talking. Didn't Leslie tell Nicole she wasn't threatening? She was promising. Please do better, Nicole. Yeah, Nicole doesn't have a motherly bone in her body. I'm sorry. It's just it's not reading well on camera. Crystal also says, remember Kat and Tomas was smiling from ear to ear when they left the closet. I think that nosy lady even saw it. I thought it was obvious, but that it was much better than they lovely were. It was much better than the lovely time. Yeah. That lady was listening, honey. She said, whatever they drinking, I want the same shit. We got Angel Seacrest. Hey Angel says, look, Haley big forehead. Y'all better not let her and her crazy cousin try to kill Bill. Can't wait. Right, exactly. Exactly. J1High 547. Hey Jay, is Caroline working with Haley? She referred to Haley as a love of Bill's life, but since when? Andre and Ashley are a hot mess. Right. So Haley has been playing Bill all along. Bill, you did it to yourself. Leslie is so delusional to think that Ted is going to be with her after she blew up his life. I don't know. And then when he was standing there reading his divorce papers, she went on and talked about the life they could live. He was like, "Bitch, you crazy? I've got my divorce papers in my hand, and you sitting here talking about some shit about us having another baby, and get the fuck out of here." Teach Jazz says Ted was finally at work. He should have moved her out of the way and got the heck out of that office. But I secretly think Ted likes the attention. Leslie is almost as bad as Stalker or Allison. I agree. I agree. Teach Jazz says the way I screamed throughout this whole entire show today. Haley is a hot damn mess. Randy is a hot mess too. Which way is he going to go? Is he saving Doug or helping Haley? Right. Maybe Randy left the cameras on or he is recording her. One can only hope. Maybe Randy will save Doug and Doug will bring him down Bill since Bill double crossed him. I'm really reaching now. I just don't want Randy to be as diabolical as Haley. I don't either. I need for him to be standing around just long enough so that he can bring Dougie back. And that I think that will right his wrong. Haley can bust hell wide open. They don't give a fuck about her. They don't. Haley gonna look good in orange too, along with Allison and Leslie. Crystal says, I was so wrong about Randy. I'm so disappointed. Did he ever really give a damn about Dougie? I know. Denise agrees with me. She says, Dougie is not dead, y'all. Right. We got Just Me. Hey, Just Me. How are you, my love? Just Me says, oh, I forgot. Rest in peace to D'Angelo. They were playing some of his songs on Sirius Radio. I believe it was Soul Town, I think, and I believe it was a Heart and Soul too. Okay. Thank you so much, Just Me. Yeah, it's tough that we lost him. Just Me also says, child, what in the hell is about to go down, honey? Child, I bought some snacks for this. Well, I guess I was wrong about Randy being with the FBI, huh? I thought they were trying to take him down for some scandalous stuff he did with in his firm. Child, I was way off. This is getting good, y'all. I just don't know how they're going to execute it. I was off about Caroline and Randy also. This is getting real soapy now, girl. Yeah, I can see the bubbles just a coming out, baby. And I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I haven't really been this invested in a show since like A Different World or the Cosby Show or I don't even think I watched another any of the reality shows like that. Mm-mm. I mean, when I look at YouTube people, I don't miss their videos, but that don't count. But being this invested in these characters, I thought this shit was gonna be so hard in February. I can't believe it's gonna be almost a year. And I think they're 200 episode. I think they're slating it to be around the end of December. So yeah, I don't know how many episodes they're gonna do before they get into season two. I'm gonna have to look that up on Chat GPT to see how many episodes will it be before they let me see if Chat Boo can tell me. Hey Chat Boo.
Hey there, Shar. What's on your mind?
Are you able to tell me how many more episodes will Beyond the Gates record before they start or we start to see season two? Because currently we are on episode number 154 that will be airing on Monday. Is it 154? Yeah, 154 that will airing on Monday, October the 20th. Do you know how many more episodes we have before we start season two?
So, Shar, it looks like season two is actually going to kick off on February 24th, 2025. So, you got a little bit of a countdown, and that should give you a good idea of when to expect a new season.
No, that's wrong. You mean February 24th, 2026 because season they just got renewed for season 2 in May 2025. Or do you see anything else for 2026?
Ah, got it. Thanks for catching that. Yep, it looks like the new season is actually scheduled to start in 2026. So, you got a bit more time before it kicks off.
So you don't have a specific date for season 2?
At the moment, there's no exact official date out there for when season two will premiere, but rest assured, it's definitely slated for 2026. And as soon as they announce a specific date, I'll keep you posted.
Okay. Do you also know the character name for Greg Vaughn? Do you happen to know that?
So it turns out they're keeping Greg Vaughn's character name a secret for now. No official name has been announced yet, so we'll just have to stay tuned.
Well, y'all heard that. We don't know when season 2 will start unless y'all heard it through the rumor mill. Let me know in the comment section if y'all know. All right, now we on episode number 152 with the many faces of Chelsea on the thumbnail. So I thought that she gave lots of crazy ass faces in this episode. That's why I used her as the thumbnail. So let's see. The first comment I see is NM85. I see NM honey was talking a lot, and I love it. Says I always love when Ashley is bringing a good friend to Naomi. I do wish that Derek and Ashley were more integrated with the rest of the cast in other ways. I agree. I agree. I think that a lot of their scenes are not with them. So I agree. I love Thai food. I have to try that dish. Girl, it was so good. It was so good. It was so good. I thought I was gonna eat it in 2 days. No, I killed that thing in a day, girl. I killed that thing in one day, baby. It was so good. NM also says Naomi's green dress was cute, wasn't it? The way it wrapped in the front and it fit her body really good because she got a body on her. I told you she's like a professional choreographer. That girl can move. She thick, but she can move, honey. She can move. NM also says Chelsea was queasy during the whole episode. She was extra, right? Oh my God, you've been robbed. I'm like, girl, did Danny even know that Chelsea was there? Like that, Cynthia said that she had the thought that that because they're behind the gates, nobody locks their doors. So I'm like, did Danny not even know that? Well, Danny and them had just came back from the gym, Danny and Pammy, so they probably didn't know that Chelsea was there because Chelsea lives on the grounds, right? Yeah, she does. She lives on in the guest house, so she probably was over there looking at her mama's clothes to find something, and then she talking about she been robbed. And him also says if Naomi admitted at adamantly girl adamantly never wanted children, then she should have taken precautions once they got married. She thinks that taking a damn pill was going to do it. And she's so smart and such a lawyer and so great at what she does, right? Girl, and the more she whines, rants, and mopes, I am convinced that she would have made a terrible mother. Wow, after all. Side note, the black lace outfit on Haley was cute. It was. Will look great on me. I bet you it would. That was cute now. I call her the Black Widow, but that was cute. NM says, I don't like Sweet Caroline either. You don't like her? A lot of people don't like her, honey. A lot of people think that she was just standing too much for Haley. She was like, she's the love of your life. She's this and she's that. Like, shut the fuck up. You've seen Haley complain about him to you, and you just, yeah. So we got Angelica says, whoever is writing this Naomi character is writing her as a very disturbed young woman with a lot of childhood trauma that needs to be addressed. Because if it was about not wanting to be a mom, that's one thing. If it's wanting to save children, less fortunate, right? That's something else, which would indicate to me that even she would even be open to adoption to help underprivileged children like Samantha and Tyrell. But she's talking about how children ruin your life and how children can take up too much time of your time. She doesn't sound like someone who wants to save unfortunate children. She sounds like a selfish, confused woman. Thank you, Angelica. Oh, I wanted to say that. It sounds it sounds selfish to me, not unselfish, but it sounds selfish to me. She continues to say, Jacob made a big mistake marrying her. He could have done a lot better. This guy is fine and he's a catch with a loving, compassionate soul. I knew Naomi would have problems the first scene that they did on Beyond the Gates. Girl, they was in the bed when we first saw them. And you knew it was gonna be a problem. I was listening real hard to how him and June were talking. I guess that's in the last episode. How June was telling him how much of a great father he would be. And he was like, you really think so? You know, men like to be affirmed. A man loves to be affirmed. And that's all I'm going to say. Teach Jazz says, Bill's back must hurt having to bend so low to kiss that demonic Haley. Wade Jacob, I'll take that spa date. Right. Like, wait a minute, boo, I'll take it. Why are you trying to buy? Because he wants to treat his wife to a spa day. Damn. And spa days are expensive. Shit. I was looking at one girl's video today. She had she lives in Nashville. So this particular spa is here where I live. It's in Atlanta, it's in LA, it's all over. And just her facial was like $250. And I'm like, I want to treat myself, but I ain't doing no $250. Hell no. But the way they looked, that lady was rubbing her shoulders and her hands and stuff. I'm like, shit. Then you got to give a tip on top of that. So I'm like, girl, this money got to quadruple before I do that. My God. We got Peace Angel. Hey, Peace. Peace says, for Haley to be such a gangster, that poison cupcake was such a rookie move. As a main character, would they really kill Bill off? I don't think so. I'm with the others that think that nasty cake will cause Naomi to miscarry. I understand her position and support her choice not to birth children, but the way she's treating Jacob is counterproductive. Speaking of children, I don't want to see Danny having no damn baby. Grown daughter starting a new business venture. Let her career go to devote many years to a husband, kids, and the idea of starting all that again is not appealing to me. Let her live. I agree. I agree. Michael Parham says Danny, Naomi, Chelsea will be one of the ones to bring Haley down. I hope they all get together and bring her ass down. Michael Parham also says we should be calling Jacob and Naomi's living quarters the motel room. Because that's all it looks like. You right. Kelly underscore S says, well, while at her dad's house, Naomi may not have wanted to tell Chelsea about the pregnancy. That's true. I didn't think about that because they were at the father's house. Maybe if they were at her house, at Chelsea's place, or at Naomi's spot, maybe she would have told her. That's true. Miss Pearly says Danny needs to have a late life baby with Aunt Andre. That would heat up things at Fairmont Crest. Bill would really lose his shit bricks. I said earlier when June first appeared that she may hook up with Jacob because she mentioned he was hot. I'm now hoping she hooks up with Ted instead so Leslie can have some competition. I agree, honey. Kelly says my Jacob voice kills her, tickles her. Girl, I'll be trying, honey. I'm trying to keep y'all ears tickled. That's what I'm trying to do, and it seems to work. But thank you, Kelly. Elizabeth Lassiter says, okay, I need that blood work that Naomi bought to do her pregnancy test to also reveal whatever poison Haley put in that cupcake. I need Ashley to find it. Right. I was thinking about that. That's all she's good for in the show anyway. Right, her boring ass. Jasmine Williams says, I hope they don't let that mosquito and her cuz give that big old Billy Goat a dirt nap, but he can come close. Ooh, okay, Jasmine. He deserves comeuppance for the way he treated Danny. It's a mess. Danny will go back to him and hurt Andre. Right. Why did they give you I'm used to seeing your picture, Jasmine. They just got just the letter M beside your picture. I'm used to seeing your picture. So are you changing your picture, girl, like your auntie did, girl? And also Blake. Blake changed his name. Blake, well no, Blake was Blake. No, Blaze. I'm child again, like I said, child. My damn, I done had a sip of something and it's coming through. Blake Rogers. Hey, Blake. Welcome, baby. I think I've seen Blake's name before. Blake says, why has Haley been making a fuss about Bill and Danny if she's claiming not to love him and plan to con him and leave him anyway? I guess she needed all of Bill's focus on her. Regardless of that scam, Haley's jealousy of Danny is real. I believe that. I agree. I definitely agree. We got Rashad Evans. Hey, Rashad, I read your comment about a couple days ago, so let me go in and read it out here aloud. But thank you. It says, hey, Auntie Shaw, I'm a new subby here. I've learned a lot of good things about you from my coworker, aka my boss, Blaze. Oh, Blaze is a boss. You hiring Blaze? He talk about your videos all the time. I'm just here to introduce myself. It's Rashad. Love the content. Keep it up and God bless you. P.S. You most likely will get more subscribers soon because he keeps threatening us to subscribe and watch the channel and watch the commercials too. Thank you, Rashad. I appreciate you, my love. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, boo. We got Coco, got snacks. He says, y'all think that blood test is going to show poison in Naomi's system? I hope so. Oh, I hope so. Blake says if she ate enough for it to show up in her system, hopefully it points back to Ashley direction. Santa Ana says yes because it's early, just after it had happened. It will probably save Bill later, but will cause Naomi to miscarriage. And she will be devastated. Haley is almost comical. Right. She yeah, it is almost comical for her to act like that. But she told like she from like DC or Chicago or something. That's how she sound. I say DC because that's where I'm from. But she definitely don't care. She definitely don't care. Exotic butterfly. She says Naomi is acting like Detective Whisper got her pregnant on purpose. Right. Take the spy, sis. Damn. Right. I hated that she turned that shit down. Blake was like, right. Santa Ana was like, not Detective Whisper. See, they just came here. I can't remember who coined the term detective whisper. I never heard Jacob's voice in a whisper before until one of my rascals, I can't remember who it was, but somebody said, can somebody said, can you not listen to Jacob's voice and you can always hear a whisper, and that's why I've been doing his voice in a whisper the entire time. So whoever it was, please say who you were because I cannot remember who it was, but it was one of the rascals who said that they can't unhear his whispers. And ever since then, that's all I can hear is a whisper. That's all I can hear. Angelica says she's a problem child. Jacob need to pick her up walking papers and get away from her crazy ass. Right. I know, right? Hilarious. That's what Blake says. And Exotic says, yes, Auntie calls him that. Yep, I do. I call him Detective Whisper. All right, we got my boo Lightning. Lightning says the writers of this show have a Leslie problem. They need to follow the saying, kill your darlings. I feel like they liked Leslie and Trisha's portrayal of her so much they kept her around even though the story called for getting rid of the character of that character. Now the story is suffering because his character is overstaying her welcome, and the writers don't seem to know about how to get out of the mess that they have. I agree. Kelly says, "I know, right? The writer should allow Leslie Dana to pay for some of her crimes. She's walking around, do whatever she wants without consequences." I agree. Lightning also says, "Yesterday was so good. I'm worried they're going to fuck this up because they already are messing it up. Now everything Haley says is going to be all wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Everything is going to be double meaning and hitting meanings behind every behind her plans. Even yeah, everything she says, till death do us part. I'm always gonna be here with you. Even after death, it's like yeah, it's like the words are gonna be double meaning." He says also, "I also think that Cupcake is going to cause Naomi to lose the baby, and she's just going to come around to wanting it when it happens to make it worse." Right, I think so too. Santa Ana says, "I said the same thing, that Cupcake will cause a miscarriage and she will catch feelings about the baby, but also the blood test will have show poison in it, and later after Bill gets sick, she will start to connect the dots." Yeah, I think so. I think so. Curly K says, "I hope that poison Cupcake doesn't make her miscarry. I feel like it will." A lot of us feel like it will. Angelica says, "Now I'm done with Naomi. And this one is one of the reasons why I will come home from work, look at the recording of Beyond the Gates. I fast forward through the scenes. I don't want to hear anything that she's saying after hearing her discussion with Ashley today. That's it. Fast forward." Fast forward, girl. Fast forward. I hear you, honey. I hear you. All right, let's see. The next comment is from Angelica. She also says, it is okay not to want children, but when a woman makes a decision, it is her responsibility to make the choices to ensure that she does not get pregnant, and birth control is not 100%. So that would not be the correct choice. Did Naomi ever have a discussion with her husband about vasectomy for him or tubal ligation for herself? Now that this has happened, she's mad at her husband because he accepts the fact that they may be parents, which means she's pointing the finger at him, but he may have provided the seed to get her pregnant, but she didn't protect her eggs that he impregnated. You better say that, girl. Blake says, "Speak on it, honey. Naomi is being very hard on Jacob. He's not demanding that she change her mind. He respects that it's her body. He's just asking her to be open to the possibilities of being parents." And St. Anna says, "Truth. That is so true." I think that how she's handling this is so immature. It's like it's an entitlement. It's a Dupree entitlement that she carries, and being a parent has nothing to do with her saving the world or neglecting her job, not helping other families. It's like, what does that have to do with anything? So I get it. I get it. We got Cynthia Junkin. She says, "The look Chelsea gave Haley was a true look of disappointment when the kids don't get along with their other wife." Right. Come on, girl, stop it. I'm like, girl, ain't nobody listening to you because you're a child yourself. Let's see. Angelica also says, when is Naomi going to admit that she messed up? Because if she really did not want to have babies, why go on birth control? I can't say it enough. There is something called tubal ligation where they tie your tubes and you don't get pregnant. I'm so sick of her whining, selfish ass finger pointing, just like her aunt Nicole. Jacob needs to walk away from this selfish, spoiled woman that takes no accountability for her own decisions. There's only one person who has control over her body, and that's Naomi. That is true. Now, I will say this, Angelica. I did get pregnant after having a tubal ligation. If it hadn't happened to me, girl, I would have been like, I wouldn't have said anything. But I did get pregnant after my tubes were tied. But the baby did not go through. They went from the uterus and they stayed in the sac in my left ovary. I know that's TMI for the men, but that's what happened. So because the baby kept growing there because it had blood supply there, it was growing. I had to have an operation, because again, I didn't I it was like Was it partial? No, I think I had already had. No, I didn't have my partial hysterectomy back then, so I only had my tubes tied. So the baby only could go but so far, and so the doctor had told me that if I had waited at least another 2 to 3 weeks, I would have died because the baby was still growing. Right before I had my operation, you could hear the heartbeat. He put the stuff on my stomach, and you can hear everything. The baby was growing. They could not do like a transplant because again it was still an embryo, so it was literally stuck to the ovary, my left ovary, and it was growing. I didn't cramp or anything. I just didn't have a cycle. I think I did cramp a little bit, but when I found out that I was pregnant but the baby wasn't in the uterus, we had to take care of it. So it can happen. It can happen. It definitely can happen if you are um if you've had your tubes tied. Unfortunately, you can still get pregnant. I think I've heard of people who've gotten pregnant and it still went to the ovary. I mean, went to the uterus, and they still were able to have a successful pregnancy. I think they had to have operation to get their tubes untied so that the nutrients and stuff can get to the baby. But yes, ma'am, my ass definitely got pregnant having my tubes tied. So yeah, it can happen. But I agree though. I think that she is really, my thing with Naomi is that she's just really being so disrespectful and way too harsh, as if it's Jacob is his fault only in this pregnancy. That's what I feel about her character. It's just too much. And this her Martin Luther King speeches is just over the top about nothing. So yeah, I agree that it is her decision because it is her body, but her pointing the whole sole finger at Jacob, not listening to his heart, but just being so judgmental about what she wants, I think is going to be a really huge dynamic shift in their relationship. We have Cynthia Juckins. She says, Bill says, I ain't eating this shit. She's talking about them damn cupcakes. Jasmine says, who's more diabolical, Double D Mosquito or Costco Al Capone? P says Double D Mosquito. She has spread her various evil gangster deeds out, and Costco Capone seems rooted in his area. They're both demons though. They both are. Jasmine says Mosquito hasn't offered of off in anyone yet that we know of. They are great soap villains that I love to loathe. Oh, okay, you better say that. Sin says Bill said I ain't eating that shit again. She also says, I felt so bad for Jacob. He said it was a spa day. He just looked so deflated. He really did. He really did. Cynthia says, my husband takes forever to empty his pockets, right? My boyfriend take forever. I be sitting there looking like I said, like silly on the front porch. Or, just waiting. I'm like, man, okay, baby, go ahead. Go ahead and empty up your pockets, baby. Yeah, I would have definitely taken that spa day from Jacob. Yeah, I need it because she's so tense and so stressed and just fussing, and nothing that man do makes her happy. So yeah, I would have like, look, you right, baby. Let me go ahead and get them to rub this out of me. We got Angelica. She says, "Good for Bill. I'm so happy that with this story about Haley. I always knew that Haley was after Bill's bag, and when he had the stroke, I thought that she did something to make that happen. So I'm not surprised at all at what she's doing now. I just don't think that she's going to unalive Bill, but." She sure is damn well going to try. I sure hope she drains him dry because he deserves exactly what he gets for now. The way he treated his wife and his family, Dupree's. Bill is worried about putting his guy on Andre, but his dumb ass didn't do a background check on Haley. Like Haley said, Bill got more money than sense, dumbass. Right. We got Sense. She says, ooh, sure, I thought the same thing. Does Randy have a wife and a son? Right. I'm like, what happened to his wife and his little boy? Sin also says, Bill looking like, why she give me this ridiculous crown? Blake was laughing at what Sid said, and Angelica says, Naomi is getting on my nerves. She just needs to terminate the pregnancy and get her damn tubes tied and shut the fuck up. MB 1969 MB says, good evening, Auntie Sharp. Really tired of Naomi. Bitch, did you get your tubes tied? Everybody keep telling that girl to get her tubes tied. Hopefully she takes a better precautions. Take better precautions, Naomi. You smart, honey, but you ain't that fucking smart. You dumb. You real dumb. She want to just act like she's just this fantastic lawyer. You might be good in the courtroom, but when it comes to real life shit, you don't have a clue, girl. You ain't got a clue because you're the one that brought your best friend home to kill your pappy, and you got pregnant. Naomi, you ain't made no smart moves yet, honey. Not no smart moves at all. Then you want to sue your daddy. Then you told these ladies that you was going to help them sue your daddy. Then you change your mind. Naomi, you a little off, honey. You is. You pretty though, but you a little off. All right, we're on the final episode, episode 153. It has the back of Tomas. I was thinking if I should show his back because I was like, I hope they don't flag this video because I need some people to click on this damn picture on this. So I did his thumbnail with the back of his tattoo. I don't think that was inappropriate. I was gonna put him telling her to come here, and then you know how they showed her from her shoulders up. But I was like, no, that gives them the perception of them being naked, and I didn't want that. So there was nothing wrong with him showing his back tattoo. That's why he turned around so we could see it. So the first comment I see is Janice Ty. Hey Janice, she says Isaiah's fire, baby. Man bun it all. Eva needs a roughneck. Baby, you ain't lying, Janice, honey. She needs it. Janice also says if they don't kick Looney Tunes Leslie out of the hotel with her overgrown ass pulling the fire alarm, right? I'm so embarrassed. I know y'all sick of me saying that, but I am. And I love her. I love her. I don't like the way the character is going. Like Lightning Storm says that in the beginning, she really caught our attentions. She really, I think that this character is going down a way that I don't think that they were expecting. So they just give her anything, and it's not working. And hopefully she has a lot of um, creative input on her character. Maybe they just threw everything out the window in season one. Maybe it'll be more together in season two because it just doesn't make any sense. It's just you got all this money and you still wearing wigs and still hiding. You've been traipsing your ass all around that country club. People know who the fuck you are. Why are you hiding? And you still doing aliases. It's like, child. We have Angelica. She says Leslie is a criminal and she hasn't paid for her crimes against Laura. Now she pulls a fire alarm illegally, which is also an imprisonment crime. And these people are trying to bring her a love interest. I'm I am in the end of my I am at the end of my rope with this show. Just Tyler Perry's sister, just like Tyler Perry's sisters, I will drop a show in a minute if they feel like they don't deserve my support. I think I'm just going to listen to all your reviews, Auntie, because I love what you're doing. Thank you, Angelica. I love you. I know that a lot of people have a lot. I think I've lost one particular lady. She actually gave me a beautiful goodbye. She said I just can't listen to this anymore. It's just so frustrating to see what they were doing. And some people do get like that. They really really do. And so I can understand if you have to step back for a little bit because there's a lot going on, and we like good writing, especially when it comes to the Black community. We want it to flow. We really do. We want it to flow. We want it to be beautiful. So I understand your thoughts. There are some plays, I have to be honest, Angelica, there are some plays that I've turned down because I didn't like the script. Although I love the person who might have written it. I don't have any problems with that person, but if it's a script that doesn't connect with me or doesn't resonate with me, one person told me one time, every script don't need to be accepted. If you don't connect with it, don't do that shit. You know, so I get it, baby. I get it. I understand it. I understand how you feel. There are some people who really take writing and storylines very, very seriously. I think that's what happened with it when it came to uh reality shows. At one point, every reality shows was the bomb back in the day. And all of a sudden, people started dying and people started losing their riches, and then people just, I'm rich. It just became more of a clown show than anything else. So I understand your passion for good entertainment. The way that these days are going, nobody wants to waste their brain cells on empty entertainment. um I'm doing this because I really do enjoy the show. My goal, honey. I want to be on it. So in order for them to see me, baby, I got to cast my net out there so they can see me. Otherwise, I have to be honest with you. If it wasn't for that, I don't know if I would be as invested in it. I did see somebody else who popped up and who said that they were, because of all the buzz that happened on Twitter, that they started watching it, and my recaps just happened to be the one, and it was just on episode 100. So yeah, it's a, I think it has its good moments. It really does. I'm giving season one a chance. If it gets too ridiculous and stuff like that, I am grown enough to be like, look, y'all wasted my fucking time. Y'all still ain't called me to be on this damn show. I'm not reviewing it no more. I'd rather do a scripted. Well, not, it's a scripted, but I'd rather do damn Divorce Sisters by Tyler Perry. You know, because I do have different things that I do reviews on. I'm thinking about picking up one more because I do have a like a little bit of a break when it comes to other another play that I have to do. It's going to be a while if I choose to do this one or not, this upcoming one or not. But yeah, I get it, Angelica. I get it, my love. So I'm going to read what you're going to say. Let's see what you're going to say. She says, Shar, my dearest recap auntie, I'm so sorry that I have this long post, but I have no other place to express myself. Unfortunately, I don't have social media at all. I am wondering if these writers are looking at their audience, which is primarily black, as ignorant, under uneducated people without the ability to critically think. First of all, Leslie gets a $1 million check and she's able to buy a mansion, double the price of the mansion, demolish the mansion, rebuild the mansion, buy a sports wing at a club, buy Eva a condo, and move into a luxury hotel when her first installment was only $1 million. Facts. I just cannot take the insult. So now she has more money than Dupree's. And speaking of the Dupree's, how is it that a senator, a congressman, and one of the most prestigious attorneys in the country cannot even get an order of protection when in reality, with no evidence, you can get a temporary order of protection until evidence is brought into discovery? So she can walk into their homes anytime she wants, harasses them, and these elite people cannot do anything about it. So I will say, the writers, after you pull the screws out of my neck, because obviously you think I don't have a working brain, you better say that, honey. Please rethink your audience because we are an educated, intelligent, strong people and very knowledgeable. So stop the insults that make absolutely no sense. And that is only the Leslie story. There are many more examples that makes absolutely no sense at all. And I am going to give you a rousing round of applause, my love. I appreciate your honesty. That's why I give you guys a place to come over here and express yourself and really just tell how you feel. I mean, that's why we're here, honey. Tell exactly how you feel, and I honor you. I thank you for everything that you said. I that is all applause, baby. All applause to you. Because like I said, I did like the character and I feel comfortable enough to say that the Leslie character, it has really turned for the worse and I don't like it. I don't like the fact that Tomas fucked two sisters. I don't like that this woman has gotten all this money and then she can get literally get away with murder. I don't like the fact that the smartest person in the story is the dumbest person when it comes to forgiveness. That is okay for her to still be married and go and date her best friend's, I mean her husband's best friend, but you want to get the divorced sister who is having a good time and you want to talk against her marriage to the young guy who happens to be her sister's nephew. You know, it's written from a black woman's perspective. um I'm sure that she gives a lot of critique on how the story is going. Like I said, I'm going to give it a chance. It's only season one. They threw everything at us to see what sticks. So now they got a good following, a decent following, because at the beginning my boyfriend was like, I hope that this sticks around, baby, because they don't have, the ratings are not good at the beginning, and it's still not that good, to be honest. They have other people who are looking at the other stories that have been around for years, centuries actually. You know, this is only not even a year yet. So their ratings are pretty decent, but I hope that as season two comes along that they will definitely do better. If it gets too frustrating and my nuts in my stomach get too pronounced, then we're gonna talk about Divorce Sisters. They don't get me on that damn show, I'm dropping it. Shit. But I like the fact that we are at the beginning because a lot of these shows I didn't get a chance to like go start from the beginning like the one that Morris Chestnut is on, Reasonable Doubt. I would have loved to have done that. That seems to be a good show. But you got to pay for Hulu for that. Um, what else? It's other nice, well scripted shows that are out there. I think Reasonable Doubt is on season 2, so it might be something that I might pick up just to see. I did like Beauty in Black. It's very, very raunchy. I didn't get a lot of views on that one, but who's to say, what might happen? I don't know, because Tyler and his writing already got divorced sisters. So we'll see. We'll see. Right now I'm giving it a chance. It's only season one. It's only season one. I'm just gonna see what it's gonna do in season two. I might try to give it at least let me get through season two. Let's see what they're gonna do. Let's see. I'm gonna do that for myself, for my sanity, because it's helping me, set aside what's really going on in this world. I do set aside for that. I'm telling y'all, don't bury your heads in the sand. Y'all need to know what's going on in this world, especially in our United States, especially in your state. You need to know what's going on, but you don't have to inundate yourself with all of the information, okay? But know what's going on. Be informed, okay? You have to. You have to. I have some friends of mine. Girl, did you hear what blah blah blah? Girl, I don't watch the news. I just pray. I'm like, girl, you all right now, pray and watch. That the Bible said watch as well as pray. Shucks. You can't walk around with your head in the sand like that. That's not cool. There's nothing smart about that. So anyway, let me get off my soapbox with that. But I appreciate you, Angelica. I really do. I thank you, my love. She also says, how many times is Tomas going to tell Eva that he is sorry? Because he is. He's a sorry ass. First of all, he is not sorry. And as Kat said, he only is sorry that he got caught. But he has never broken ties with Eva, and that's how he is ended up in the bed with her. Kat had asked him months ago to leave Eva alone and he wouldn't. And Kat thinks he won't do it again. Shit, he might tell Kat that he don't want her to be friends with Isaiah. You think that Kat's gonna stop being friends with Isaiah? Because I feel like she will. And she better not. Shit. But thank you, Angelica. I appreciate you, my love. We have Nazir 1962 says Chad is soft. Who's Chad? He did not try at all to get Nicole. I think they meant Ted. Ted is soft. He did not try at all to get Nicole back now. They're getting a divorce. He said no boundaries for Leslie. No, he never did set any boundaries for her. Teach Jazz says, I wish Nicole called Ted to come over to her house. No chance then of running into the evil one. Right. But she be coming all over there too. God no, she be getting on my nerves. Lisa E9958. Hey Lisa E says, don't forget that Leslie is married to a temptation in real life. Yep, she sure is. She surely is. And I have them on I've done a short with them before. It's on one of my shorts of them doing a duet together. We have Carolyn Wilson says that meeting with Tomas, it really show that Eva said, I don't like the way we left things. It looks like a repeat line of line. Right. I thought she said that before. Because in my mind, I'm like, did she say that shit before? I could have sworn she said that before. Anyway, we got Elizabeth Lassiter. She says, Auntie, now I gotta add another name to Leslie. She's Dana, Leslie, Anya, Sherry, Anna Mae Bullock, Thomas. Not only is she crazy, but she's petty as hell. Saw Nicole go into her husband's hotel room and decided to pull the fire alarm. All that money she got, she need to buy a hobby, right? Find something to do and stop trying to do Ted. Why Cat still trying to give her mother relationship advice? Leave your mom alone. How Tomas only have a little bit of life in him when he's speaking Spanish. If that's the case, speak Spanish the whole show. He did have more spunk and spark in his conversation when he was speaking Spanish. He did he? She said, so glad Isaiah finally coming next week. But why I got a feeling Tomas going to be low key jealous of seeing them together. Of course he is. Of course he is. MB 1969 MB says, baby, come back. Hey, all the notes. Isn't that in love to see? I was nothing When everything about you. I should love Hall and Notes, baby. I should love them. I can't go for that. No, no. No can do. Yes. We got Curly K 7041. Hey Curly K. She said, I love your singing voice. Oh, thank you. Thank you, my love. I just be playing around, baby. I just let it come out. But thank you, thank you. I'm a belter. I don't know how to do all them runs and shit. I belt, baby, and I just let it come out. But thank you. We got Kelly underscore S says, baby, I love me some Ruben Studdard. Me too. I'm so excited we're gonna go to see his concert. See, that's a way that I can like, just tip away, from this beyond the gates bullshit. Be in the real world. Go out on a date with my man, be cute. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time. Because I will not allow my brain cells to get so inundated with this damn show. But at the same time, I understand we all want good writing. We all want to admire some good writing, but at some points they do. Like let the men keep reading. When you have Andre and Bill and all the men and Danny do her shit. Oh, it's like just give me a spoon and a bowl, baby. I can eat that up. I can eat it up. We have J1 High 547. Hey J says, I understand the show is centered on one family, but where is Smitty's family? Right. Also, where's Derek's family? I mean, we should see at least one or two family members come on now. Hopefully Danny will save Bill from Haley. Right. I thought about that when Smitty was getting married. I'm like, where his pappy and mammy at? Fuck that. I get it, Jay. We got Mermaid Reviews 4693. Hey, Mermaid Reviews says, at minute 2028, you sound amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Mermaid Reviews also says, I can't wait to see what happens with Eva and Jacob, brother. I think he'll see Kat and think and she grown up and be into her and it will piss Eva off. Ooh, that's a good storyline. That's a really good storyline. We have Cheryl Corbin. Hey, Cheryl. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Cheryl says, hey, Ted needs to put Leslie in her place. Fed, get a straining order on Leslie because she won't stop bothering Ted. Keep going to his hotel room. Let the hotel know that she's harassing him. I agree with you, Cheryl. Thank you so much, honey, and welcome again to my channel. Please don't let this be the first or the last time that you come over here and speak your mind, honey, because your words do matter, baby. They really do. They really, really do. We have Michael Parms. He says, wonder if given the chance will Cat badmouth Eva to Isaiah. Ooh, also, will Leslie think of Isaiah? I think that she's not going to like him. Mermaid Reviews says, I wonder if he will crash out on Cat. Ooh, that's a good statement. We got Pearly Cole says the rumor mill is saying later in the year around the holidays, Ted and Shanice will show interest in each other. Really? It appears they won't be a Ted and June romance. I still think, like I said earlier, Jacob and June still might hook up. I think he's going to want kids. The latter is just what I'm thinking. Okay. Really? I need to see how Ted and Shanice, unless they just having a damn, uh, a late night, at the hospital, just want to shoot the shit, and then they start learning about each other. I think that'll be good to see, but that'd be interesting. That'd be real interesting to see. They're gonna have to show that to me because it's not there's a like I said the storyline that I know about. It's not playing in our face right now, but if that's coming up that you're talking about, Pearly, then and what I'm thinking of, because right now it's not in our face. You don't see it happening, but it's going to happen. I know what I know is going to happen, but I don't know about this one. I'm just going to sit back and watch it and see how it unfolds. We have Michael Parms. He says that Tina Turner wannabe Leslie is a full fledged bitch. Michael, but you're right though. Crystal Warder says, okay now. This is where Leslie needs to get into some trouble for pulling that fire alarm. Thank you. It was obviously a false alarm. They will know where it was pulled, and there should be cameras in the halls. I hope they investigate and catch her. If nothing else, kick her ass out of the hotel. She's getting away with too damn much. Linda says, I agree. So much of her, I'm tired of her. Ted doesn't want her ass. Right. So maybe they will kick her ass out and they see her do it. And maybe she'll have to be forced to move into that room with, move into her, the rat trap over there with Eva. then Eva will be like, God dog, and then she got Isaiah. She need company. So, because Leslie don't have no place to go while that house is being built, and I hope that the company, construction company, is going to take her for every dime. Oh, I hope they do. I hope they just really scam the fuck out of her too. We got Crystal Water. She says, I hope Kat becomes friends with Isaiah like Eva did with Tomas Wright. Show her how it feels, Kat. Right. Mermaid Review says, I was thinking something like that. Like he gets with Eva, but then see Kat and he might have always had a crush on her. That's true, because somebody was like, wouldn't Kat know him because of the fact that that's Jacob's cousin. That's kind of like a distant cousin thingy. So that could be it. That could be it. Crystal says, "Girl, Shar, why you keep talking about Cat popping up? I had spoke too soon. I had spoke too soon, girl. I thought that she was gonna come over there like last time. How he said that she wasn't coming, and all of a sudden she decided to come over there. So I spoke too soon." She said she didn't. Eva thought he was meeting with Cat until he told her he was meeting with Ada Bullock and not Cat. I don't really see Cat as insecure like Beep Beep was pretending to be. By the way, if Cat doesn't trust him, don't blame her. He did screw her sister, right? Facts, Crystal, as always. Facts, girl. Teach Jazz says Cat and Tomas are taking cues from Vanessa and Joey and using tables. No beds, okay? I mean, we got LB 1969 says the best Beyond the Gates recap queen. Oh, on YouTube. Horina, aka Wiggs, aka Leslie, aka Dana, is beyond psycho. Another great episode next week. Oh, goodness gracious, right. I know. I'm just clutching my pearls, honey. We got Teach Jazz says, until you come back to me, that's what I'm gonna do. She did that in 1964, 1974. Riri, baby, Aretha Franklin. Teach Jazz. Thank you, Teach. Now, Teach, do you actually teach jazz? I mean, do you actually teach that? Because if you could tell by my voice, I'm more of a belter. I've sang more gospel, and of course, I like musicals. So my voice is trained to like hit the back of an auditorium, even with no mics. That's how I'm taught. So, but I would love to. I'm working on a one woman show ish, and the character that I'm playing, I know that they're not a jazz person. They were thinking about going into jazz, but they died before that jazz part took over. So they did more blues. Do you teach blues or dialect or anything like that? Let me know. Or you can send me an email at thespianauntie@gmail.com. Let me know, love, because I'm thinking about, well, I am in the midst of writing a one woman show, and I have to, I know how the person sounds, but in my head, her plus everybody else sound the same way back then, and I want to be able to grab that tone that they've used back then, and I know I'm pretty good at mimicking people, so I want to be able to be as authentic as I can with that character. So let me know if that's just a nickname or if that's something you really do. We got Peace Angel 4192. Peace says, wouldn't it be some stank mess if Demon Dana Leslie gets got for the fire alarm, but not for the two murder attempts? Right. There must be a camera in the hotel hallway somewhere. Lord, I'm so sick of her terrible ass. It seems like a lot of us are. A lot of us are tired of her ass. A lot of us are. My boyfriend is calling right now, but I'm gonna finish this audio. I got to. We got Teach Jazz also says, does Smitty have any family? Wouldn't he want them to share his joyous vow reunion like Martin's family was sharing being there? Right. Right, Crystal says, I asked the same thing about Smitty's family, and Mermaid Review says, we'll probably see them just like Haley, Leslie, and Martin's kids, and June's, Jacob, and Vanessa and Doug's kids. Right. We got Cynthia Judkins says, Leslie, like, I'll show you with the egg on her face again and pull the fire lever. That was so immature. I know she damn, I know she like, damn, first June, not to go. We got Blaze Network. Hey, Blaze. Blaze says, yo, you got me over here crying about how giddy you was after seeing Isaiah. He used to play on Tyler Perry's Sisters. He was dating Beyonce's cousin who played as Pam on Sisters. Oh, okay. Linda was like, girl, yes, he fine, honey. He fine. Okay, was he really? He's a cutie pie. And I think that him and Eva look really great together. Teach Jazz says, finally, the door slammed I've been waiting for. What took you so damn long, Teddy? Now please go get drunk and make it hot with Leslie Dana. We got Cynthia Junkins. She says, "Okay, Ted, 2 for 2 of not letting Leslie get to him." Right. Cynthia also says Leslie basically tried to play matchmaker for Eva and Tomas. That didn't work. And Jasmine says, "Wow, what a week! That mosquito looked like a ventriloquist dummy sitting in Beanstalk Bill's lap. That couture clown is like herpes." And Naomi. I love the looks of disgust between she and Chelsea at mosquito disgusting squealing. Newsflash, Caroline is on the scale. And Blaze was saying, no problem, Auntie, it's all love. Like he just responded to him sending over his employees over to my channel to share the love. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. I sorry for the lateness of these front porches, but last week I felt that thing took a lot out of me, baby. It took a lot. So let me go ahead and get this one uploaded. I'll probably upload this on maybe Tuesday. I'll upload this on Tuesday. So in the meantime, in between time, you guys be good, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.